Namo Namah. Greetings to everyone, world over, all our brothers and sisters across the globe, wherever you are. We extend you a hearty welcome. It's a green morning, green afternoon, green evening, because we all are in different continents, different time zones, different places, in different conditions. We hope you're taking care of your health, your wellness, and at the same time, when we talk about your wellness, wellness is related to your mental wellness, your physical wellness, your spiritual wellness, your environmental wellness, your working place, wellness, and of course, your economic wellness, your financial freedom. All that is a combination which you have to take into consideration. A lot of challenges are coming. Artificial intelligence is coming like tsunami, and there's so much flood of information from all quarters. So let's get into something very interesting when we look at and when we talk about with regard to, you know, the capability building of teachers. Why did we shift our focus from capacity building to capability building? What is the difference between capacity and capability? So I leave it to teachers in your own cerebrum, in your own comfort zone. Think about it. How is the shift from the 20th century when we have moved to 21st century, and particularly in the last 2 decades, what the changes have taken place globally, we got to understand because technology is playing very important role. 20th century information coming only from one source, and that's teacher. Blackboard, chalk, gospel truth, whatsoever is being conveyed in the classroom, windows levels are being raised so that children don't look outside and get disturbed. They get focused, rote learning, whatsoever we have told you, verbatim, you have to produce in your answer sheet to get your marks. And whatsoever we say, we are teachers, you got to take it as an authority. Well, time has changed, things have changed, everything has got changed, and we also got to change with time. If we don't keep pace with time, time will leave us behind. And there are many others, those will take your seat. So let's get on to how there is a paradigm shift which is taking place world over from the content delivery mechanism to capability building mechanism. That part is the major shift which is taking place. So 20th century, I don't want to repeat too much what Macaulay did, how he destroyed Indian education system, what we were, what we became. I'm not getting into the history of all that. It's okay, fine. Gone with the era, gone with the wind, throw it out of the window. Let's talk about it today, what exactly is happening. Okay, something very interesting. When you talk about Generation Z, when you talk about millennials, when you talk about young generation, what do they think? How do they think? What do they feel? What they are passionate about? And particularly after 2011, 2012, when these smartphones have come, the world is altogether different. When you look at social media, when you talk about the flood of information coming from different quarters, of course, God has given all of us one thing common, and that is called 24 hours in a day. How do you make use of it? How do you spend those 24 hours? That is something very interesting. And if you make productive investment of those 24 hours, you'll go ahead of others. Nobody can stop you, irrespective of your caste, creed, color, age, wherever you are. Nobody can tell now, I live in a village, I'm in the remote area, I'm in a far flung area, my parents can't afford. I'm pretty sure you have mobile phone. Mobile has got the entire public library. And when I talk about Chandigarh, you think about Sector 17 library over here, the entire library you can see. And if you know, there is something known as Cuckoo FM. Okay, like that, there are many other platforms. I'm not going to talk about that. But let's shift from 20th century thought process thinking to 21st century. So, in capability building, when we are talking about what should be our focus as teachers, now we got to acquire some additional skills, we got to have some competencies. Our talent has to be strategically channelized, keeping pace with the youth. Those are born particularly after 1995. It's altogether different because I'm not talking only schools, colleges, universities. I'm talking about the entire arena. And now it is not that you just do the graduation and thereafter you take up one job and thereafter you retire from there. You get one watch, you get bouquet, you get your pension check and your gratuity and everything, and you move from there. No, today, the youngsters and the research, World Economic Forum shows that there is going to be 6 to 7 transitions in one career of yours, in one lifespan of yours. You will not be contented, you will not be satisfied, you will be changing. And there's a beautiful book which has come. If you get a time, I would request everybody, whosoever is in education ecosystem, please go through one book. Do you want me to give you the name of that particular book right now, or should I give you after some time? Okay. The book name is The Anxiety, The Anxiety Generation. Please go through that book. It's written by a psychologist who is an educator in American University. What a mind-blowing book. He got the compliments from Bill Clinton. He got from, our Barack Obama. He got from you name a soul and a person, and how many copies are sold. Find out yourself on the YouTube, and you'll come to know. See his interviews, and you'll go through once, because on 31st I'm going to talk 1 hour exclusively about this particular book for my teachers, educators, trainers, counselors, mentors, coach, technocrats, whosoever is there in education ecosystem, what exactly the smartphone has done. Okay. When we are coming to capability skills and when we are talking about capability building for our teachers, let's take 3 perspectives into considerations today, because this subject I'll be rolling into various subparts later on. But let me today focus only on 3 areas so that we at least set the context and we lay the ground, and from there we move on. First of all, we have to think and we have to rethink. We have to think again and again our role as a teacher. Are you facilitator? Are you teacher? Are you content provider? Are you information provider? Are you knowledge provider? Are you skill developer? Are you ahead of youth as far as technology is concerned? If not, because you have family commitment, you have got a couple of other responsibilities, you get some administrative work also, all that taken into consideration. Some of the students, please understand, some of the students, those are focused, those devote considerable time on technology. The artificial intelligence, and particularly what has happened after ChatGPT has come, it's altogether different. Anything damn on this earth, whatsoever you want. And what has happened after 2012? Are we thinking critically? Are we thinking deeper? Is our imagination really moving ahead? Or are we getting in the platter? There are a number of things which are to be taken into consideration. पुराने जमाने में बच्चे पहाड़े याद किया करते थे और वो टेबल्स याद करते थे. आज when everything is through calculator, the average person, I do not want to name the countries, it's not good on my part. I want to be polite, but they cannot manage mathematics without calculator. An average Indian village government school boy or girl, if you talk to them, you see their depth as far as the mathematics is concerned. This is, I'm just talking about one subject. There are a couple of other things we will talk. The whole year 2025 is there. On 31st, I'm going to have 5 special sessions on education whole day. Before we roll into 2025, I'm going to discuss a lot of things with you. 10 best books for teachers of 2024, 10 best skills related books for teachers of 2024, 10 best artificial intelligence tools for teachers, 10 best 10 best teachers' journals, education journals of the world, I'm going to share with you. And of course, a couple of other things. This all is going to happen before we roll into 2025. I want to equip everybody the best possible way. And जो कुछ भी आपके पास है समाज में बांट दीजिए, दे दीजिए सबको. Because nothing will go with you. It is better to share with everybody. So today I'm going to talk about in capability building 3 points. Let me discuss. Number one, you got to think as a teacher, what is your role? So if I fix on to facilitator, let me go to Australia. The other day I was doing a webinar with one of my counterparts over there who is in education ecosystem. He told, no, 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 no. We are not only facilitator. We have become the co-learners. We have become the co-learners along with youth, along with students. So, role of teacher is totally changed now. What you got to do, how do you bring the curiosity, creativity, imagination, involvement, case studies, nature-based activities, outdoor classroom activities, life-based activities, day-to-day routine from the time we get up in the morning until we go to sleep. What all happens in our day life, we got to talk about that. We got to discuss about that. Let the education become practical. And when we talk about practical, that means making education and skills relevant to our life. Okay, that's number one. Number two, rethink the classroom. When I talk about rethink the classroom, your layout, your gadgets, your smartphones, your blackboard, your whiteboard, your digital board, size of the windows, let them come down. Look outside also. What nature bestows, what nature gives it to you. All that has to be taken into consideration. There's so much good stuff outside the classroom also. Videos, social media. Once again, please don't criticize anything and say, no, 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 no. You will not use mobile phone. You will not use it. Array, whatever information is available, take it the best possible way. But it is up to you. How do you bring out the creativity and positive information out of that? Like I keep talking to game developers, why don't you develop the positive games? Why don't you develop the imaginative games? Why don't you build the games which are not destructive? That is one of the areas. So, when I talk about mobile phone, can you imagine? I devote 4 to 5 hours audio listening whole day related to education, educator, coach, counselor, mentors, artificial intelligence, chat GPT, what all is coming in education in the coming times. Because we want to keep pace with time and we don't want to become obsolete or obsolescent. Here you can see the finishing school, right? Starting from curiosity, creativity, critical thinking, logical thinking, communication. Communication is connecting, and it is not only talking, it's effective listening also. And when we talk about communication, it is connecting heart to heart, soul to soul, mind to mind, vision to vision, imagination to imagination. And when you open your mouth, let the whole world know who you are and what do you wish to share with regard to your experiences. So we got to rethink, we got to once again make best use of available technology, adapt technology, keep pace with technology, and whatever is good for the growth, because today's children are going to be global children, global youth. They're not going to remain in that remote, tiny one place. They will change the place also, local to regional, regional to national, national to international. And it's a global family, it's a global village, it's a global community. Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam. So you got to reimagine, you got to rethink your classroom and then flip learning. Don't work out everything to take place in class only. When you talk about reimagination, flip learning, give the task to them, let them go home, let them go through videos, let them go through material. Next day, when they come to the classroom, let them discuss, let them collaborate. There's no competition, it's a collaboration. That is the way we got to reimagine the education ecosystem. And of course, those are in the policy making, those are in administration, those are in the government. You got to develop teachers, basically their capabilities for professional as well as personal growth. Both are very, very important. Let's come to third factor. We got to rethink what is the goal of learning, what is the objective of learning, what is the mission of learning, why are we learning, why this education, from this education what do we want to achieve. I remember Sir Ken Robinson, because see, before I go to foreigner Sir Ken Robinson, let me talk about Dr. Sugata Mitra. And he has got on YouTube, see yourself, there is a video which got maximum coverage and maximum liking world over, and that is called Hole in the Wall. Hole in the Wall. Dr. Sugata Mitra, head of Chitranjan Park in Delhi, fitted two computers in the wall and there was nobody. And he just put the camera on the top and he left it. And he told, let children come, let them fiddle with the computers, let them see what is inside the computer, let me go through and make use of it. After 1 month, every month at the end, they had been coming. Students, youth, children, they learned computer at their own. They learned the basic handling of the computer at their own. They didn't require anybody else. So right from the beginning, children are very curious. They're very imaginative. They're very creative. They have all kind of curiosity. We kill their curiosity sometime. Don't talk. Who is talking? Keep quiet. Silence, please. That time has gone. Participate. Make them participate. Make them talk. Make them talkative. Make them expressive. Let their imagination come out. Then only you'll become good facilitator. That is something very important. And examination systems also got to be changed. The pattern, old pattern, what is given in the textbook, rote learning, verbatim, vomit it out in the examination hall, in your answer sheet, all that pattern has to be thrown out of the window. If child is coming imaginative way, something new, accept it, encourage it, and give all kind of a pat to that particular child. So, ladies and gentlemen, when we are talking about capability building, today is the teaser, because we'll keep giving you a lot of teasers and thereafter we'll keep building the subject. 2025, we are going to totally dedicate New Education Policy 2020, capability building of teachers, imaginative, what all new is coming in the education ecosystem, a role between the mentor and the mentee. There are a lot of elders. I always look at Chandigarh as a case study. There are a lot of retired officers from the armed forces, police forces, doctors from the PGI. There are a lot of teachers. There are a lot of Buddhijeevis, those are over here. And they all can be involved. Why not? We should have once in a month a program in Tagore Theatre where the entire community is being invited. Parents are also being invited. And let Chandigarh become education hub, skill hub for entire Asia. You got to put on new thinking cap. You got to think little outside of the box and outside of the window. There's a lot outside of the window. Start thinking. Let's work together. Let there be a PPP model, public-private partnership, and that is the way the nation will progress. Everything will move ahead because the challenges are coming. Artificial intelligence is going to eat away lots of jobs. So where the people will be absorbed, what kind of entrepreneurship, what kind of startup, what kind of employment, what kind of a breed is to be built up, what kind of a youth is to be built up, what kind of a young generation is to be built up. All that part we have to take into consideration. Just it is the teaser towards capability building of teachers. We'll meet again tomorrow evening. Once again, we'll have tomorrow and day after tomorrow, 2 days, we will have off 27th and 28th. 29th, we will come back again at 9 p.m. 30th, we have got two programs. You will have something on artificial intelligence in education. Another orator, speaker, my guest speaker is coming. 31st, you will have five programs. And people say, let's go for party, let's go for get together and all. We would, from our chamber, like to gift the whole world what is the purpose of education, why education. And I was talking about Sir Ken Robinson, the late Sir Ken Robinson. It was a treat, it was a pleasure to listen to him on the soil of United States and Britain. And he mentioned there are four purposes of education. Four purposes of education. Number one, cultural purpose. You preserve your culture, you display your culture. Social purpose, your social norms, your etiquettes, your manners, your gesture, your body language, your personality, your articulation, your tehzeeb, your cuisine, your dance, your music, everything in the social norm being taken along with the cultural. Third part, economic purpose. Every parent waits for हमारा बच्चा कब कमाने लगेगा, हमारा बच्चा कब रोजगार के लिए तैयार होगा, हमारा बच्चा कब इंटर्नशिप पे जाएगा, हमारा बच्चा कब पॉकेट मनी अपने आप लेगा, हमारा बच्चा कब अपने आप को सपोर्ट करेगा और फैमिली को सपोर्ट करेगा. Artificial intelligence is going to get a lot of challenges. So that is the third purpose. What is the fourth purpose of education? It's called personal purpose. That means everybody has got something to take as a personal purpose, what they enjoy, what they would like to take on. With these words, thank you very much for joining us today. Look forward meeting you on 29th evening again at 9 p.m. Namaskar.